Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flicks Christmas Countdown. Christy, Lemire, Alonso, Duralde. We're here every day until Christmas, talking about 25 of my favorite holiday movies, many of them featured in my book, Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas.
Ta-da!
Available now from Amazon. And today we're talking about an undeniable modern classic starring Will Ferrell from 2003, It's Elf.
I think someone sent you a Christmasgram.
Dad! We should call security.
Good idea.
I like to whisper too.
Buddy's experiencing a world he never knew existed.
Buddy's your son.
What am I gonna do?
He's certifiably insane.
Discovering what it takes to fit in. And going where no elf has gone before.
What he needs is to be nurtured. Bring him home. Introduce him to Emily and Michael.
How long do you think you'll be with us?
I was thinking, like, forever.
I remember seeing this for the first time and just being gobsmacked at how well it worked.
Okay.
Because I think at that point, we kind of knew what a Will Ferrell movie was or was supposed to look like. And so I was expecting this sort of level of ironic distance, I guess. And it is a movie that completely commits to what it is and completely commits to its sort of Christmassy vibe. And while it's funny and even snarky at moments, it is a big-hearted film, and it is quite lovely.
It pulls off a really tricky kind of tonal balancing act
Totally.
because he's so earnest and he just goes for it, and that is part of what is so great is like his enthusiasm, his big goofy excitability about everything is so infectious. You can feel it through the screen, and how do you not get pumped up for it too?
Even New Yorkers can't resist it.
Yeah, but also it's pretty clear-eyed about the cynicism of the season and that everything's a business and it's supposed to be built on like memories and happiness and joy or whatever, but it's still about selling stuff.
Sure.
So, but it manages to pull that off without being bitter.
Exactly. Yeah, I was. I liken it to. There have been all these attempts to bring back the variety show. But whenever people do it, it's always this sort of winking, like, oh, those 70s variety shows, they were kind of terrible, but we're going to do one anyway. And
The
it's
fake
like,
laugh track and all that.
yeah, and it's like, no, either just do it, do the thing, and commit to it, and stop reminding us how better than it that you are, And this is a movie that I think really operates on the level of the best Christmas movies in terms of, it does. The plot does come down to like getting people to believe in Santa again,
Which seems corny.
Exactly, but the movie could have been really kind of bitchy about it, but it isn't. It goes whole hog with it, and this is I think one of my favorite Will Ferrell performances for sure.
Yeah, it's a great supporting cast.
Absolutely.
Peter Dinklage, James Caan, Zooey Deschanel, of course.
Mary Steenburgen, Ed Asner, Bob Newhart.
Yeah, no, it's an incredible cast. What was the thing? I saw some like clickbaity thing somewhere. Maybe it was BuzzFeed. I can't recall where it was like, this theory will blow your mind about Elf.
Oh,
and
brother.
it was like the idea that maybe Buddy's not as innocent as he presents himself to be when he goes, when Zooey Deschanel is taking a shower and she's singing in the shower and he's kind of like hanging out, that maybe he's more of a creep than
must
total
we
clickbait.
really?
Must we dig into Elf for page views?
Leave it
But
alone.
I want to believe that Buddy truly is as innocent and wholesome as he presents himself as.
Absolutely, yes. So this was not Jon Favreau's first film, but I think definitely a breakthrough for him.
He did.
He made.
Made, right? He wrote and directed Made.
And
he wrote Swingers.
He wrote Swingers. What was the post Jumanji one? It was set in outer space.
Jumanji one.
It was like Jumanji, but it was in outer
look it up.
space.
I don't remember.
It's called like Zelazny or something. I forget what it's called, but anyway.
Zardoz.
Something like that. I can't remember if that was before or after this, but anyway.
It gives you a little taste, though, of the high-tech stuff that he will later on do with Iron Man.
Absolutely,
because there's a lot of visual trickery going on with, like, Will Ferrell being giant in little places.
Right.
And, it's pretty seamless.
And I think some of it is just good old,
Perspective.
Gags. But yeah, other times it's more elaborate. I like that they throw in, a little stop motion animation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It's a nice shout
there's
out.
a lot of nods to other holiday media. Like the fact that Buddy goes to work for Gimbals, which was a real department store that went bankrupt in 1987, but is famously still remembered because of the Macy's Gimbals feud that's depicted in 1947's Miracle on 34th Street. So that was a nice touch.
We were talking in another episode recently about Eyes Wide Shut and how Eyes Wide Shut takes place in New York but is actually shot in London, and how it doesn't quite get the vibe of New York at Christmas time. I mean, this very much gets the vibe of New York at Christmas time. There's an authenticity to it that you can't fake.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, the Rockefeller Center, all of that kind of stuff. And in fact, the movie I read was sort of rushed into production at the end of the year, beginning of the year, just to get all that stuff before it got taken down. And then the movie came out the following Christmas.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell was, of course, still hot. You know,
Yes.
and still is.
And probably extra hot in that costume.
Oh, it's not a costume. I'm an elf.
Warm, yes. No, it's a really sweet movie, and it has just a great energy about it. And kids can watch it, adults can watch it, doesn't matter how old you are. It definitely works on every level, no matter your age or your cynicism level.
Oh, and we can't mention shout-outs to other Christmas media without pointing out the Peter Billingsley cameo, of course, as one of the head elves at the North Pole, the star of Christmas Story, who was friends with Favreau for a long time, and then later directed Favreau in the not-so-great comedy Couples Retreat.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah, no, not so much. But Elf is great.
Elf is great, yes.
So enjoy it again this Christmas, as I'm sure you are. And come back and see us. We're here, like I said, every day till the 25th, talking about holiday movies. So come back and see us. Merry Christmas.
Bye.